Yo, yo. Go back. Playing around with the audio levels. I think maybe everything. Definitely the music would kind of. Anyway, we're just working on the same beat. Originally had a bit of a funky kind of touch. So yeah, we're taking different bit of a different. Actually, going back sort of to the intro here. Just trying to kind of make a bit of a soul song, kind of its own song that we can then sample into the beat. I think it's a little moodier while still kind of being kind of positive and neutral, not too negative, not too happy. Kind of where we want to be. Leave kind of the most amount of melody options on the table. So yeah, we might just I kind of like where the loop's at. Might just organize. Got a lot of things turned off. And I think like a little bit of ooze and some vocal sound. I think we might do all of that with the. Yo, welcome, welcome. Nice to have you. I was gonna start. I was waiting for Champ to finish. I was gonna start as soon as Champ finished. And Jeff started, and I actually fell asleep straight away. Missed a bunch of his. Missed a bunch of. He was apologizing a lot. I think he was. I think he might have a bit of a. But yeah. And then I finally actually even gonna go a little bit earlier, but there was a fucking mass shooting like not that far. Very rare. I got it. A couple out. Don't really know. Yeah, it was that Bond. Yeah, it's pretty like I don't know. Maybe I think probably a common probably holds similar to what it was. Pretty hard to get. Just start the stream. But anyway, I was working on this beat last night. Just needed a slightly different. Yeah, we'll just make put it sample this kind of salt. Probably won't use it. Go there. Too many options. Usually very meticulous with labeling. That's nice. Put a super harsh guitar tone on that. That's cool though. It might get just flick in an amount. Oh no. Not crazy about it. It's an easy fun. Don't know if these will maybe if we take a little bit this one. That sounds nice. Get out of hand with chopping 4,000 to one loop. Super text. I think this maybe splitting up this sax line. I love the that's tight, and I like this. It's actually a crazy sound. Actual blank track. Yeah. I treat the saxophones like I try and like definitely like the got a stereo thingy of. I don't know, maybe some longer notes. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really doing it for me. Up riffing little. There's no way I'm gonna. There's no way I'm gonna. Sound. I must have warped. Damn, the fucking weather is going. I'm gonna keep one of those brass. Might try because yeah, I think maybe a bit of brass. Good old the band. That probably underneath the beat. Really nice and kind of needs not like it melodically or chordally, but it doesn't have to be that complete. But there's like a level like all these soul kind of 70s soul intro that you kind of part of what's good about it is not infinite. Kind of just want which were usually the melt. Got that tried a few out. The one that actually had the leak little drum. Maybe the tom will. Don't mind that. Boom. Kind of hits. Come back to that. We're getting there though. I've also got this. I don't know if I love it or hate it. Can't really get the up. Oh hell yeah, I love that band. I wonder why it's cutting out. Thank you for letting me know. Give me 1 sec. I think actually I do know what it's doing. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Yeah, I know what it is. I think I know what it is. I think it's the I think the gate is too high and it's taking all it's like cutting out all my breaths and things, but then if I start talking quiet or stop talking hello, hello, yeah, will drop out. That's okay. I think I can fix check, 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 check. Filters. Check, check. Yes. Okay, okay, okay. Hello, hello. Check, 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 check. Everything coming through? Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. What if we just kill the gate? I'll just have to I have to not mouth breathe as much as I can. Better, it's a win-win situation, really. Thank you for letting me know. I think all the like I can see my self leveling on the interface over here, and it seems pretty clean. Everything's set up so meticulously as far as cabling and stuff goes. Yeah, moving it isn't cutting it out. I think it's just the gate there. Should be okay now. And yeah, dude, I definitely thank you so much. Like I really appreciate that. Um I was listening back yesterday. I don't know if you were here before, but I was listening back yesterday and I was a decent volume and the music was so quiet as well, so I did bring a little bit of that up. It's kind of hard cuz as soon as I finish the stream, I'm just going to keep I'm going to keep working. I'm going to do more work between now and then. So I'm going to like change half of this stuff and then I have to come back and be like, "Oh shit, like what was everything set to again?" But that's cool. It's part of my skill set to do that for all this shit, so I'm sure I'll be able to do that soon for OBS. And yeah, I'm not even gonna try and butcher that fucking band's name by attempting to say it, but they're so good, and yeah, that's pretty sweet. I love that. It does sound like a chord pattern they would use. So this little pluck thing, it does what I want it to do for like the first 3.5 bars. Yes. And then watch it change the pattern. See, it does like goes from like 1 2 1 2 to like 2 1 2 1 2 1. I don't know. Anyway, not gonna lose any sleep over that. We will probably just print it. Oh no, the bottom camera dropped. What's nice is I can hear it beep. So when it drops, it tells me without me having to look at the fucking software. It was resetting itself before, but anyway, there we go. Yeah, I'm not gonna fuss too hard over that pluck because it does what I need it to do in like that many bars. So if it messes up here, I'll just print it to audio and I'll just copy and paste that. And I like where it changes here. Like you can see I've changed the notes so that it's supposed to change there, but it's doing some weird thing here anyway. Who cares? I've also got a similar version of that's these bells. Sounding a bit too messy with the tone of those bells. Excuse me. And also a little bit like, I don't know, fucking whimsical or something. But I think after the beat comes in later, I think those might work really nice. And even if the pluck does the intro and then it changes to the bells for when the beat comes in, I think that'll be super hard. Like keeping a level of simplicity via doing a similar pattern, same sort of notes and pattern, but then switching it to a different instrument that like better suits the change in aesthetic of where we're going to go here. It's good stuff, you know. That's what you want to do. I mean, I guess the question is, why should a song be simple? The vocalist hasn't heard it yet, so you can't like take all the ideas away and options away from them. You got to leave options on the table. Um, and then yeah, there is a level of hypnotic, uh, you know, ness going on when you have very few things doing a lot. The camera is beeping at me again. Last time it dropped like 20 times. As soon as I started the stream, it never dropped. At least with the chat, it doesn't look as bad or as weird as I thought it might with the second camera dropped. But I'm using like this crappy GoPro thing, so I'll probably just cop 2 of the webcams that I'm using. Anyway, I'm just going to let that do its thing for a minute. And yeah, I think maybe these, they don't like perfectly match the aesthetic of what's happening in this kind of soul thing here. And bringing those plucks down an octave didn't sound that great. So I think there's maybe a way we can do some effects, or maybe like a little slap back or something might make it sound more of the era and make it suit all the other things that's going on. Moving on. We found this thing, which I love. I'm just going to straight up print it because I know I'm not going to need... Man, sometimes, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be calling things. 39. Yeah, listen to this. Pretty sweet. Just let it ring out. Yeah, it's like a little... I don't know what you would call this. Again, I think that can lose its bass. Yeah, that's more like it. That's where we want to be. But yeah, very interesting noise. Sounds nice as a hit on the one. It takes a while to echo out. We'll probably bring a little bit of that out a little sooner. And then yeah, we could double it and do that, but again, it just seemed like a bit too much going on. And I would mix this fairly down so it's not that obvious. Hell yeah. Yeah, the plucks, there's something going on there. I haven't quite cracked the code yet, but I know that we're onto something. I'm glad you're liking it. Okay, we'll leave all that stuff over there for now. Keep going here. We got just some key chops and things. I think we might just print that straight away as well. And what do I mean by printing? I mean taking a MIDI that we've played off a digital piano thing in this case, like a Rhodes. We route it into this, and we record it to audio. We delete the old one, and we delete all our... Whoops. We keep the printed file. And deleting the old stuff means we've deleted the synthesizer and a couple of little effects and plugins that were taking up computer memory and making this shit lag. So if it's something I know I'm not going to need to kind of change later, yeah, I'm going to print it. And I don't necessarily like
have to do that right now. It's not really like a problem yet. But I just make a habit of doing it ahead of time. Yeah, just that guitar just cuts so hard. Love this little fill thing here. Great great tone of those keys. I definitely thought about chopping a single note of that and turning it into its own keyboard that I can play back those notes. But it does a lot with just that bam bam. It kind of makes the statement that it needs to make. So I'm not gonna go adding to that. We might take that's a combo of two things, and then this. Just listening to them by themselves, like just the two of them, sounds like the high one is just so loud. But then when you listen to it with the beat, the high one kind of gets lost a little bit. So I have to keep that in mind for later. All right, I think that's pretty much everything. We are so close. It's giving me it's giving me way less of a headache looking at it now that it's kind of making it's kind of making sense. It's organized. Love this line. Feels kind of robotic. I think we're just going to take the top notes of all of those two note commas, just drag them back. Yep, that'll do it. I'm just going to lose it. Don't need it there before that fill. Have it in the middle only. Okay. That means there's one more keys left, I think. The other guitar, of course. See, this guitar is great. Loving this one. Alright, I'm going to give myself, 60 seconds to do a quick... blown away by those little guitar slides. There was another one in the same pack that I've got over here. Considering that one, I don't want it to be too funky. I mean, I do, but I don't know if the other person will want the vocalist will want it to be too funky. Alright, so we're going to drop... I like the bass slide. But we are going to get rid of the actual bass. We're going to get rid of the ride and the snare, but keep the tom. And then we probably going to leave everything else. See how it sounds. Sounded pretty good. We got our sub. It slaps. No sax in the... I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm going to drop it out at some point and bring it back in.
It's against the groove. So just show me how you move. It's against the groove. I know you ain't who else to move. I don't feel like talking, so just show me how you move. It's against the groove.
It's not even loud enough to know. I want to really hear it. I'm realizing now that the gate is off, that the loud music is coming back through the mic, and I don't know if that's a bigger problem than than we already had. Filters. Maybe we go for some kind of. That is the base. Down. What about that?
I don't feel like
Check.
talking, so just show me how you move. It's against the groove. I don't feel like talking, so just show me how you move. It's against the groove. I don't feel like talking, so just show me how you move. It's against the I don't feel like talking, so just show me how you move. It's against the I don't feel like talking.
It's better. It's something. It's better than the audio cutting out, I guess. But is it the final? Is it the final boss of options? I'm not sure. Camera B is not happy. R.I.P. Camera B. Every time I set it up, it auto powers down as soon as it opens into the thing that I need. Whatever. The thing is, I already had that camera. Get me so like it was of no expense to me to do an alternate angle. Is it the swing? Is it the 16ths? Nah, that is not it. Don't think it's the sound even. You know what? Let's just do that. Let's just make them. We'll bounce them right now. We'll put an effect on it. Oh yeah, and then I'm gonna have a look for some vocal samples. Alright, I get it. Yeah, see what it's changing it up there. You change it up when I tell you to change it up, Contact. You're doing your own, doing extras and shit. you know, maybe in at the right time in the right place, that would be crazy. But it didn't work this time. So I think we're gonna get a bit loosey goosey with it. We're gonna set him back. It sounds super ahead of the beat, even though it isn't. The plucks are sounding pretty good now. I like that. I like what they're doing. Should be like this. Yes. Because we have the pose. Yeah, I like that. I like not doing it for the whole time, not doing the plucks for the whole time as well. It's kind of nice. They feel, oh yeah, we're going to put a slap. We're going to put a slap back delay on that. We're going to put Elvis's guitar effect on that. And hope it sounds a bit more retro. I said Elvis, not the Edge. That sounds pretty good. Take a bit of highs out. That's nice. Could use a bit of brass or a bit of strings, and definitely can use some vocals. I'm going to print those guitar plucks, but I have a feeling that I might end up having to go and change them or like do something to them. So I'm going to save this session as those, as the plucks being front and center. Then I'm going to delete them and just save as I regularly would. So if I have to do that, I just look through the saves and I see the one that it clearly marks that, and we're good to go. Saved me 1,000,000 times from things. so I wanted to hold that note, that higher note, for a little longer. Damn, like that. Way smoother. We kind of want, yeah, I guess we want it there. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, like, I don't know if I've got it somewhere. It's like this thing. Yeah, so like yesterday, it didn't. Like, it had none of this stuff, none of any of that stuff, and then it had this. So it was like. Which is kind of cool, but it's a bit of a dead end, a conceptual dead end, so to speak, because I wasn't able to get it to do anything else than just sounding cool doing that exact loop. So yeah, we're out of there with that. And yeah, when I was listening to this beat over and over again. I'm like, what goes where? But I just had to step away from it, and try and make it, something totally different. So making this kind of little soul song and intro. So let me turn it all back on. Kind of reignited the creative spark. And yeah, now that we've put it over onto the actual beat, sounds pretty sweet, and the accents are hitting where the accents need to hit. So I must have just subconsciously done that. Some hits. Probably don't need these anymore. We'll try it here. Maybe even before. Oh, I don't mind that. Let's have a little listen. Yeah, that's what I keep. You're bang on the money there. Like, it's 100% right. Like, I think I had been through a problem where I would, especially since I was doing a lot of engineering and stuff, and now I'm kind of trying to write every day or as much as possible again. You kind of overthink a lot of things, or you don't quite give things a chance. So I'm actually kind of glad that I saw it through and I tried to actually make that synth work. And I think it doing so made the kind of drums and the perks and some of the other sounds kind of be a bit more unique than they would have been otherwise. So that's nice. But I'm both glad that I stuck it out and tried to make that work. But then also at the same time that I'm like, nah, that's not it. We got to go backwards a little bit to make it better, rather than just trying to force it to work, or just making the beat only like 60% as good as it could be, just 'cause that's like, it's fine like that. You know, that's not really what I'm trying to do. And you know, if I was gonna pay me for this, I would want to think that I would have that level of self scrutiny, if you know, if that's the way to put it. I totally cooked the Christmas bells, but it's kind of one of those things, like, I've already spent ages on it trying to make it sound good. So I think I'm gonna, you know, I'll leave it at that, and I'll just leave it in here. I won't delete it. So if I you know, if I hear something in the background or whatever, a place for it to work where it's worth making it do all the right notes at the right time in the ARP, then yeah, we'll do that. Not at the moment. These stupid cheesy orchestra hits hitting as a, like, a little pre-accent to the sub there. I'm really liking that. I'm gonna double. Maybe the double, the double. I'm really liking the double. Oh, it feels too much now. Hey, what's going on here? Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, too much. What about the second one? Yeah, the second one, the double on the second, it seems to blend it in a little bit better, whereas this one kind of sticks out. Maybe it doesn't even need to be here at all. Without. I don't mind it in there. Keep it in there for now. And then we got some little disco. Again, they're both pretty bad. Bad sounds. But they, you know, you hear them in songs and you're like, well, it must work. There must be a way to make it work. And I think in this case, they both are doing the thing that we want them to do. Yeah, again, you're right. You feel you seem. I don't recall you saying you're like a musically educated person in any description, but you definitely know what you're talking about, and you're also comprehending my absolute nonsense, technical nonsense. Yeah, I think you know, if I get, like, I'm kind of just the idea of this stream is I'm just doing the shit I'm doing anyway, so I might as well stream it. You know what I mean? But if this got to a place where it was a thing, yeah, like, do a stream where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make a Christmas song, or like letting chat pick a really insane sample or like something that you just couldn't possibly make good, and then have to like flip it into something good. I also love watching channels that do that. I also love watching channels that the person in this position ends up in a spot where they've just got like 100 people sending them, you know, the results of those stupid, beat challenges and things, and they're always so goddamn funny. I really, really like that stuff. And yeah, all of that would be fun. I've actually been thinking of signing up for a couple of those beat challenges and things. I just have to keep my eye out because they're all on the other side of the globe and on like crazy. Like you have 12 hours to do this thing, and it's like when I it's like 3 a.m. here or whatever, and I wake up to see that it happened already. But yeah, I would love to like both participate in and accommodate that, as well as like making the stream, like this struggle where I have to solve some kind of impossible music challenge or make something bad somehow be good. Whether I succeed or not is half the fun. So just go alternate. We'll check that against our... Yeah, that's so much nicer. But is there room for that as well, maybe? It's getting super blurry. Nah, not necessary. I'm tempted to keep those as well, though. Might throw them into this dumb group here. And then, yeah, we got some little, like, various synth sounds that we have, I don't know if that came through the mic, but there was just the loudest fucking beep noise I've ever heard in my life. It came from the right of me. It came from away from all of the equipment, so I have no fucking idea what that was. It actually sounded like a smoke alarm. It sounded like a ghetto bird. It is. Oh my god. Dude, I did not know there was a smoke detector up there. It's been up there for like 4 years or something. All right. Wow, I love that I was able to solve that so easily. I felt like I was like living in the walls or something for all I know. And yeah, thank you for the compliment. Yeah, I think it does have like a West Coasty kind of chill factor to it. But then for whatever reason it seems to apply and translate well to this sort of kind of lower tempo version of, like the modern sort of hood trap beats, or a version of a modern hood trap beat. Loving that. We'll do that twice. What we're going to do, though, is we'll do that in the intro and in the beat. I think it's too nice to not do it. I like how it has fluty sort of tone to it without being a flute. And yeah, they're like, it's kind of like a West Coast lead, actually, as we were just kind of talking about that. And then, yeah, like people here, man, people love, people in Sydney especially love West Coast rap and music. And I think like the older of a person that you are, the like it intensifies how much you're into that. Like people in their like 30s and 40s here are like you're either into AC/DC or you're into that, as most of the population. So yeah, to do that which is familiar and lands well in Australia, and then to context it in a like a slightly different way, a slightly more unique or interesting way, with somebody who's vocally who's gonna do something pretty interesting as well, something he's usually pretty out of the box. Yeah, I think it'll be a nice combo. And it's like you can't necessarily throw too much at the audience in the all at the same time. So there's like a nice balance of familiarity as well as kind of trying to do something a bit different or a bit of a fresher take on something, which is nice. This is where you want a good combo. And the more familiar things you can use and lean into, I think it's super. It makes it you kind of earn tokens of like weirder shit you can do throughout the song and get away with it and it not feel as out of place or as jarring to the lowest common denominator. I feel like sometimes when I say stuff like that or like I say something should be simpler or whatever, it feels like maybe I'm dumbing it down. But I think there's like a time and a place for doing the technical stuff and the more complex stuff and the unique stuff. And it's always about a balance. And, your balance should definitely involve treating people as smart. But if you can appeal to everybody at once, then that's never a bad thing. Can't remember who it was. I was watching somebody like kind of recently and they were like, they had like 2 famous projects and they were very different. And one they were saying for this one, they were like, yeah, like I was just young and I just was like angsty and I was like, everyone's fucking dumb and no one will get it. And he had all these like delinquent fans. And then he did a different project that was like a bit more big brain and a bit more educated. And then he had all these like really smart fans and like musicians as fans and well educated people as fans. And he's like, if you just treat people as not dumb, they'll respect that you do that. And I feel like it's the same with comedy. You don't have to over explain. You have to over explain everything. Also similar in comedy where like maybe the in my opinion is like the best kind of a thing is appealing to everybody. Like it has a little bit of juvenile, it has a little bit of big brain, it has a little bit of this and that, kind of all balanced together in a way that's has like a nice sequencing to it, or it makes sense in a long form. That's how you do it right there. I don't know. You could probably say that about anything, but I really like comedy and music a lot. Nice, yeah. Yeah, they're all super. They're all very iconic. All very iconic here. I would say I haven't seen Growl live, but I've seen everyone else you just said maybe like 2 or 3 times each. Yeah, yeah. I love them all. Yeah, we have a really good scene here. We have a really good live concert scene. But then our grassroots and our pubs and our up and coming bands and stuff, it's really bad. And then it's like, if you compare it to the US, or like, Western Europe, where you can just have a bus and do like 50 shows in 50 different cities, or whatever, give or take. Whoa. A sign just blew over outside. The wind is actually crazy out there. Hell yeah. Yeah, I love Flight of the Conchords. I used to really, really like that show. I love Murray a lot. I think Murray's great. I like Arj Barker in it as well. Everyone's so great. Kirsten Skull as the crazy fan and shit is just so good. I love that. And yeah, the Kiwis are great. The Kiwis have a really good music scene, and they're like 10 times more into West Coast rap and R&B and stuff than we even are. And yeah, they have some pretty cool music, and for a long time now they've had a really good scene of producers and like beat makers and stuff that just can go punch for punch on a world stage, but then also do, also be like, but I'm gonna like do my own spin on it and, take it a bit further and stuff, which I really respect. It says a lot about the scene that there are people involved with the confidence to operate like that. It's pretty dope. And I just love New Zealand in general. I've been there a few times. It's the best. It's like, I don't know, if you go from like LA to Hawaii or something, that's what it's like going from Sydney to anywhere in NZ. No, I don't know if I know Black Sheep, New Zealand horror flick, but I actually have recently been watching a lot of my beloved low budget New Zealand movies from back in the day. So that sounds amazing. I'm gonna have to do that for sure. I got a message thing up on my phone, and I'm for sure screenshotting that 'cause that sounds amazing. I will. Exciting. Also, yeah, it's a lot of love it, like low budget, hilariously premised horror movie as well. That's like my favorite kind of horror. Okay, nice. Well, I mean, both are good. Like if the low budget horror movie knows it's a comedy, then that's good. But also, it can also not know that it sucks or is funny, and be really funny too. So I like both. I want some vocals to chop into this intro loop. I have a suspicion that I'm going to end up leaning into the Bollywood ones again. But if I can find some soul ones that I haven't already used 6 times, then that would be great. How good are those? Like, you just don't get those on that kind of shit on Splice at the expense of not getting a lot of other good things on this. I know what you're thinking. Those are all really good vocal samples. Not that one. But all of the ones above where we're at right now, I've used them so many times. So many times. And it is okay to, you know what I mean, for every 5 beats I use them in, 1 actually comes out. So that's okay. I just keep track of, like, what's in what. But I think we might even be on the level that I've used this one with this artist before, so I'm not even gonna, or the other ones with this artist before, so I'm not even gonna play around with that. This one, not amazing, but it's doing kind of what I want it to do. It's lead and harmonies, straight a cappella, and it's kind of like it's trying to be soulful at least a little bit. I'm not crazy about the way it's recorded or her vocal tone though. So zombie beavers. I actually was kind of like dyslexically reading ahead in that sentence as and I was certain you were going to say bears. I was absolutely certain you were going to say bears, but beavers is like, it is at least 8 times better than bears in my opinion. That sounds amazing. Does it? It's zombievers. Oh my god, I only just got that as well. Holy shit. Wow. That was like, that's meant to be. I love that. I think there's like maybe there is something there's something to be explored in the terror that is instilled by a crazy beaver. Like I feel like that is actually kind of scary. There's something about it, even though it's small, that yeah, it's worrying me a bit, you know. Like what are they up to? Still drop on the second camera, but I'm really not. I don't really care, to be honest. I think I use the GoPro on so many. Like I've used it in the field so many times that its socket for the power cable is just cooked. And I'm not about to like if I'm doing a shoot or something, I'll take the you know, I can run on some double A's, but I'm not about to stream every day or whatever with fucking waste double A's. It'd probably cheaper for me to buy another webcam, to be honest. It probably doesn't even have to be as nice as the one I'm using, the main one, but the main one is kind of nice. Like I have so many horrible effects on it, so it kind of looks a bit more eye-catching or interesting that you can't tell that it's a nice webcam. But it's been I used to work a job where I was doing through COVID. I was doing all these like office conversions and shit. And I've worked with so many webcams, and this one is nice. It doesn't annoy me. The creature that makes the biggest environmental impact. Is that for better or worse? Like some good, some bad, or are they just straight up fucking up the place, making dams and shit? And are they supposed to be there? Like, are they native? I'm realizing I have very little beaver education. Oh my god. The webcam sits up in front of my screen, and so I'm just when I have to access something that's hidden behind it, I just guess. And Loop Cloud is hidden behind it. All right, let's see. Whoa, they made it to South America. Some good, some bad. Yeah, I hear ya. Yeah, 'cause I would say that if they're native to North America, which I'm guessing that they are, then I'm sure that there would be like environment, fuck, what would be the word? Like they're creating habitats that benefit other creatures around them, even if they're fucking some shit up. And that probably if they've been around for forever in that area, that everything else has kind of adapted to maybe not depend on, but benefit from. Oh, that's really interesting. We have that's our biggest op over here is the bushfires, especially in New South Wales where I'm at. So damn, we need to fly out some beavers here. We need to introduce what's one more fucking invasive species in this country. You know what I mean? And that's not a racism joke, for Your Honor. But we have a lot of our wildlife was like introduced to make like farming work, but they were wrong or whatever, and it's fucking crazy. If they can help keep them alive, Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay, yeah, insert cane toad joke. Yeah, that's in Queensland though, so I don't deal with that, which is nice. But I've been up there when they're fucking everywhere, and it's a sight to behold. It's like legal. It's not only legal, but you're encouraged to like destroy them, to remove them from existence. And some people take it pretty seriously. with how epically they or how many bodies they catch on the with the toads. Yeah, dude. We actually have this might be too many layers of Australian law in one go, but we have this bird, and it's called. I'll get it on the screen. It's called the ibis, I ibis, and it's this fucking bird that I don't know where it came from, bro. But like 10 years ago, like a bunch of them just fucking rocked up to fucking Australia. And I think they're from the Pacific Islands, and they're like we call them here. We call them like bin chickens or trash chickens. Yeah, they're like fuckwit birds. They're really dumb and they're big, but they like chase away other birds by being big, and like eat everybody's food and shit. But anyway, these birds, like, they're fucking dumb and shit, but they're in Queensland, right? And they realized that because their beak is so long, that they like pick up. What they do is they go over to the cane toad, they pick it up with their beak, and then they shake it around so it fucking freaks out and like lets all the poison out. And then they hold it in their beak and they go and they rinse it off in the stream, bro. And they like rinse it in the river and rinse the poison off the toad, and then they eat the toad. So it's like and now it's like chemical memory or whatever it is, where they are just all the ones in that area just know how to do that, or that's what they're supposed to do. So they're actually like slowly controlling the toad population, and no other creature has ever been able to like eat them or whatever, so to speak. So yeah, so good on the Queensland ibises. But yeah, around here, dude, around Sydney, there's infinite of them. They smell so bad, and they just like open bins and just throw all the rubbish out of the bins, bro. It's pretty crazy. A-hole bird. Hold up. This kind of sounded cool. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to print it first, because some of these things will be called, instead of a WAV file or an MP3 or a MIDI file, they're an REX file, if you can see where the mouse is there. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I have to reprint it on top of itself, and then it just becomes audio, and it won't let you change the quality parameters or the pitch parameters properly until you do that. No idea why that's the case, but anyway, it sounded like we were onto something. It was just in the wrong pitch. Yeah, I don't know if you're a Simpsons fan, but I don't know what the fuck a Rex file is, but yeah, I don't know if you're a Simpsons fan, but it's like that. You know when they have Bart has that Chirpy Boy and Bart Jr., or whatever, those two fucking like tree lizards that lizard hatched inside the bird's nest or whatever. And then Skinner's like, oh yeah, we'll release the snakes to get rid of the lizards, and then we'll release the birds to get rid of the snakes, and then we'll release the gorillas, and then winter will take care of the gorillas, or whatever the fucking joke is. It reminds me of that. Yeah, just wait till winter rolls around. Oh, that second part of the loop. I don't know what the hell they're singing about. Something about the future. The future.
Made to see what the future brings. We're made to see what the future. Made to see what the future brings. We're made to.
Something about it being. It has automatically stretched itself. It's shortened itself, or it's condensed itself, so the file is playing faster than it normally would. I kind of like that about it. Kind of got like a snappy kind of gospelness to the harmonies in that, but I don't know what's going on. Like, it's all over the place. The timing is really weird with it.
'Cause we're made to see. 'Cause we're made.
Yeah, that is the one.
Made to see.
I mean, it is the one to me.
Made to see what the future brings. We're made to see.
I think we're just going to end up chopping it all up, though. I kind of don't want to know what they're saying or for it to be obvious. I'm going to mix it down a little bit as well, I think, depending on if we use a lot, we'll make it quieter. If we only use 1 or 2 stabs, we'll bring it up a bit.
Made to see what the future brings. We're made to see what the future. Made to see what the future. What the future. See what the future. Made to see what the future brings. We're made to see what the future brings.
Your future brain. I was hearing brain meat as well for sure. Future grenade, yeah. You know what's super fucked up. I always end up like, I'll call the session just anything. I'll just whatever word. And then I'll send the song named whatever the session is named so that I can actually find it again in the future. And then do the amount of times that people just call the song the dumb word that I picked for the session. I'm like, no, that wasn't the plan. That wasn't what I was trying to do. And so I feel like if I do title this brain meat or future grenade, then the song is going to end up called something like that. I'll end up cursing the whole process. So I don't have it in me. I can't do it. There is a lot going on in this vocal sample. I don't know if
Made to see what the future brings. We're made to.
sounds way better higher. I brought it down so it was in key. But maybe there's like a fifth.
Made to see what the future brings. We're made to see what the future. Made to see what the future.
So much better, right?
We're made to see what the future brings.
She's really going for it on that last note there. Yeah, exactly. That is how song 2 got its name. Sometimes I'd be knowing too much about that stuff. And I'll be seeing other people and I'm like, yeah, I know what you did. I know how you came up with that.
Made to see what the future brings. We're made to see what the future. Made to see what the future.
So this first half loop here, I think we might chop that. I mean, we're gonna stretch it into place first, and then we might chop it up a little bit. See what else we got to work with in the rest of the sample to fill in some little gaps. And then the idea, I definitely can't unhear Future Grenade, and I'm probably gonna have to listen to this sample like 6,000 times. So, if anything, that's probably gonna make it funny for me. So thank you. But I'm definitely never gonna unhear that. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to chop. I have to chop right between Future and Grenade or something, and I'll make it into something else so that I don't have to hear it. And then like a lot more vocal happening in the intro, and then maybe just a little those little harmonies, like burnt little stabs of the harmonies throughout the beat, or maybe in the fills or something. Or if it is more busy, maybe it comes in partway through the verse or something as a progression. But I think sticking to doing it over the intro here, where it's probably going to be a bit more busy and a bit more happening, is probably the way to go, and then we'll strip it back from there. We kind of did all the other things. There's just a bunch of random synths that are available to do sound design for underneath the beat, or maybe a bridge or something. But it's pretty sweet. Like the original song that the vocalist sent me and was like, I want to be like this song. It kind of doesn't do a whole lot. Like I think we might already be doing more with all of that than what this beat is doing throughout itself. But
it's against the groove. I cannot contain. I'm standing firm, I still remain. I cannot
it's just all drum accents and long vocal notes. Yeah, and like our beat already has more kind of accents and little pauses and this and that. Whereas, for example, I might not have it this busy, you know what I mean? If I double it to a proper 16, then I'm like, oh, this only needs to happen at the end. And you know what I mean? We'll get to that. We'll get to structuring it out. But I'm just trying to see the song as its two dynamic extremes at the moment. So the intro, where like the least bass and the least intense things is happening, and then the drop where the most intense things is happening. And we throw everything for that into there, throw everything into there. And then we structure out the song, and then we find the time and the place for all the different things, I think it helps getting lots of ideas down and getting lots of options and things, rather than derailing that, having a flow with that to just fucking dick around and try, playing guessing game on what the structure would be, when if you just did more work, it will answer those questions for you. It will kind of put itself together. Yeah, I think I think that we'll get intro, outro, hook and verse, and then we'll just have to do something in this section, whether it's taking things away and bringing things back, where we get a distinction between the verse and the chorus. In this particular song, the bass, the actual bass, is pretty much a single note, I think. Yeah, single note bass line, which is the vibe. It sounds great, and it makes it huge. And then you can find the perfect tone sub sample or whatever for that exact note. But it means like I leaned into doing bass lines and different bass sounds as development, and I can't really do different notes on that. So if I was going to do that, I would be bringing in newer, different bass sounds to kind of bounce around between that. So maybe doing one of those like bow, bow, those like yeet basses would work really well for a development later on. Anyway, we're so close to having both of these two sections really good that I'm just going to finish it off. What I am going to do, though, is I'm just going to bounce to the bathroom for a second. I'm back. Thank you so much. I think for aesthetic's sake of this chord pattern, it needs brass going brr, brr, brr. One doing a harmony on the right, one doing the root on the left, or whatever sounds better. But I'll do these vocals first. I'm gonna drum rack it. Alright. Put these two up the top. Put these across. Somewhere. half of that. The timing is so weird on those. We were gonna do that West Coast. Yeah. Don't think we want the ring out on that. It does sound like it's cutting out a bit hard. I think it's 'cause it's holding the note. That sounds better. I think for now that will probably do. I'll probably print it into audio and make the tail kind of sweep down a little bit into that cut there. But it just sounds less jarring now, which is what we want. Sounds more subtle. Thank you so much. What part of Canada and what time of the day is it right now? It's pretty fucking late for me. It's 10:30 p.m. here, so I know it has. I was just looking outside and the weather is crazy. Like, it's not raining or anything, but the wind is just insane. And a bunch of the planes, like the regular international flights or whatever, were like turning back around. I could see them like either to wait it out or going back down to land again. One of the two. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, 'cause it's about to be Sunday for you now. It's Sunday for you now, hey. 'Cause it's only 1.5 hours away from being Monday for me. But I have a very chill Monday. Where I start work a little bit later, so I can kind of send it tonight. Well, that's funny. Nice. Is there why? How come? Is it like a? Is it a public sort of national holiday or something, or is it just a personal long weekend? And also, yeah, I used to only drink rum for a long time. But I think I might have just cooked it for myself. I can barely do it now. And also, if I do a workplace Christmas party, hell yeah. Tis the season. I've actually been to four Christmas parties in the last week, and only 2 of them were associated with my work. So yeah, it is like a bit like that at the moment. But yeah, if I drink rum now, I'm not like crazy into spiced rum anymore. Like I want a really nice, woody rum. If I'm gonna go that way with it, do still drink a bit of whiskey. But I honestly I've been drinking so much vodka, to be honest. I mean, I don't drink heaps, but when I drink, I usually give it a good send. Yeah, fair, yeah. Like, I don't know if you have Kraken as well, but Kraken and Captain Morgan's is like the big dogs here, really. Yeah, and Fireball goes hard too. But yeah, we over here we really we really idolize American culture in a lot of ways. So we love Jack Daniels. We love that shit. It's hard to know even the ones that are just like a shit Aussie company are all pretending to be like Tennessee whiskey or whatever. So I don't fucking know which one is it. Yeah, Kraken goes hard. I got a full bottle of Kraken actually in the kitchen. Oh yeah, and I don't know if Johnny Walker. I don't know if Johnny Walker is Australian or American, but that one's really big as well. I recently went on this yeah, straight up. It's no different here. We have a fancy one actually, a fancy one of theirs that I actually reckon so good. But yeah. We have another one called Jim Beam, which is like that is like the I don't know, probably the equivalent of what JD is there. It's like real low end, like a hillbilly type of rum and whiskey. Johnny Walker being Scottish makes sense. We definitely have like a culture split where half of what we like is British and UK, and then the other half of what we like is American, which makes sense, you know. Jim Beam is Kentucky. Okay, yep. Like one of my uncles is like a distributor for Jim Beam in Australia, and they had like a couple of Caribbean connects, and they went over there to speak with people that make rum and bourbon in Jamaica, and they gave them a bottle of Jim Beam, and they're like, would you like, is there any market for this here? Like, would you want to make something like this for us? And he said the guy sniffed it and he didn't even drink it, and he just poured it out, and he's like, don't fucking bring that shit here. Oh, that is so fire. What is that effect? I know this pack has a longer one with full phrases that I think it would be nice for this song, but we'll just have to keep looking. I favorited too many things. Now when I go through my favorites, I have to. It's like as if I'm just searching the fucking mainframe as it is. So in love. I've used that one. I don't think I've used this one on a release, and that is quite nice. Man, what is it that this... Something about this particular shade of red pisses me off. They actually did an update recently because some of the colors had like not, like literally no users were using those colors because they were just so intense looking. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. It works. Maybe we can... Period blood red, yeah. It's like it's like a eye fatigue speed run or something. Probably cut it off on that Tom accent there. I think maybe she could come in later. Yeah, maybe there. Nice. Maybe even just the second. Even later. Proper decay. It wouldn't really suit the pauses, I don't think, but something in the middle here is nice. I like that, doing that kind of variation. As if he'll probably like rap for bars 1, 2, and 3, and if he's gonna put a pause in, it's gonna be in this spot. If he doesn't, it's still nice variation. Just gotta bring that so far down. Hopefully it kind of sounds similar to the other ones. not super sold on it, actually. It's nice. No need to force it. Wig it up, shake it up. Bum, ba-dum, dun, 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 dun. That's a good one. I've used so many of these. Be nice to have a female vocal that's dry with actual words and a bit of texture. It's kind of where I would like to be. That even. I swear that's just one girl. She just does the stock vocals of every fucking sample pack that's ever came out. She's just like locked away in a booth, just continually doing the generic vocals for every single pack. The guy sounds like he has the flu or something. Garage vocals. Yeah, give us something. I've definitely used this. I feel like I've used this one, or I've used the same singer. But oh my god! But that's like. I think it's kind of what we're looking for, really. SpongeBob NPC.
I cannot forget the roses on the porchway when you told me how you felt that day. How my heart is so full of regret. It seems that I got caught in it. I cannot forget.
That's nice.
It seems that I got caught up in a space. I was in a place. I felt a big disgrace. I was in a place. I felt a big disgrace. I was caught up in a way that I cannot forget. It seems that I cannot forget. I cannot forget. I cannot forget. I cannot forget.
It's something.
I cannot forget.
I like ooh. I like the idea of it being slightly chipmunked and being slightly faster. I think it will it sounds manipulated, and when I'm making a very acoustic instrument based thing to then sample, I think it helps to have something like that in it, so it really like gives a very clear impression that it's crafted via manipulation, not just by playing like a song I found on YouTube or whatever, you know.
I cannot forget. It seems that I
wonder if it sounds okay at half time.
It seems that I got caught up in a space. I was in a place. I felt a big disgrace.
Wow.
It seems that I got caught up in a space. I was in
Yeah, that sounds so much better. Sounds really good. Still kind of has that sort of phrasing to it.
I was in a place. 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 It seems that I got caught up. It seems that I got caught up in a space. In a space.
I like that line too.
In a space. I was in a space. In a space. In a space. In a space.
Yeah.
In a space. In a space. In a space. I was in a
Hell yeah. Hell yeah to both of those. I think we might have something here. Might have something here.
in a space. I was in a
And then I gotta make this actually show the grid.
I was in 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 a space. In a space. I was in a place. I felt a big disgrace. I was caught up in a wave. I was caught up in a wave. Caught up in a wave. In a space. Caught up in a wave. In a space. In a space. I was in a place. Caught up in a wave. In a space. I was in a place.
Slowly going where we want to go.
I was in a place. I was in a place. In a space. In a space. I was in a place. A space. I was in a place. A space. I felt a big disgrace that I cannot forget. I was that I cannot forget. I was in that I cannot forget.
Oh, that's a great one.
That I cannot forget. That I cannot forget. That I cannot. That I cannot forget. That I cannot forget. That I cannot forget. I was in a place. A space. That I cannot place of deep regret. I was caught up.
Sing about sad shit. I don't want her to sing about sad shit. It should be about love.
I was in a place. I was caught. I was in a place. I was caught. I was caught. I was caught. I was. I was. That I cannot forget in a way. I was in. I
Trumpets are sounding a bit not full toned enough. Man, I'm so hungry right now. I can only imagine how hungover at 6 a.m. Hungry must feel compared to this. How are you are you surviving? What's our status update right now? Well, what is our plan? Are we just like riding it out, or are we keeping it rolling? Are we getting food going? Like, what's the vibes? Something like that is the line we want. Now we double. Actually, we're gonna do the. Yeah. Maybe some questions are better left unanswered. I don't know. Do you live with anyone that would have put that in there? Too scared to eat it. Yeah, it's definitely a trap. It's probably like poisoned or something. All right, what's the harmony note for this? Thirds? Yeah. Yeah, that's a risky one, eh? If like it's hers and she's planned it out. It's like part of her recovery tomorrow, or routine tomorrow. I'd be so pissed if it was gone as well. So that's a wise move. Unless there's like some risks or worth it. Yeah. Yeah, true. You gotta weigh it up. Is it possible to replace the Is it possible to have it now and then replace it before she can find out that it was ever gone? Because that's not a bad option. Yeah, it's 11 p.m. now, but I'm definitely gonna have to do some serious cooking soon. I like those chords, but does it make it too chill? I think that's the one. too crazy. Dude, I don't even know. What I've heard of a junior bacon cheese, but where I don't know where that comes from. Like what chain or restaurant that comes from. This is definitely not one that we have. Wendy's, there you go, there you go. I feel like I've heard of the Western bacon cheese as well. Maybe that might be the same shit, but just smaller and bigger. Wendy's is fire though. I remember having Wendy's in LA. Like I think near me, all I've got's a McDonald's that's open 24 hours, which is I don't know if all of yours are, but not all of ours are. And honestly, I would even go there right now, but it's like for no reason at all. There's just like bizarrely insane wind outside, so there's no fucking way I'm doing that. And then yeah, there's like a nice. Yeah, sometimes sometimes bare bones shit that you just fucking get right. Like sometimes that's the way. Especially with fast food. Like there's certain places and things. Like if you go to a bar and you order food, like you just order whatever they make a million of every day, 'cause they'll make it properly and they'll have fresh ingredients for that. If you go all crazy like trying to order like the dust from the dusty part of the menu, ordering some weird shit, they're gonna fuck it up. It's not gonna be good. They'll have to unfreeze some shit ingredients, and yeah, it's never the way to go. So yeah, sometimes like that, like you can't beat the simplicity in some ways. I'm gonna duplicate these trombones, and I'm gonna do some really light trumpets doing the octave up, I think. I'm kind of torn though. I feel like the trumpets before were doing they just had too much tone. See what I mean? That's a lot. Maybe that, but way less velocity. And a McDonald's. A McDonald's, a mall, a theme park, and a reptile zoo. Feels oddly familiar. Wonder if like is that a thing? Like are there actually like a lot of parallels between Australia and Canada? It makes sense to me that there would be or could be. Softer, softer. Yes, give me 2 of those. No, that's not what we wanted to do. Oh yeah, it was this, right? Yeah. That's better. That's better. That's better. The trumpets are like at 0. They're like at 5 velocity or something. They're still a tiny bit harsh for my liking, but nothing that EQ and a bit of urban things can't fix. But the main thing is that they have that. They kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like the person playing the trumpet is playing it softly, you know, in the most softest way. Even their breath control is super soft, and that's what I'm looking for. Now I'm going to group these. Yeah, that is very bang on. That is very bang on. What Australia is like. That is a great parallel. And yeah, I'm always first to the trombone, so I've got 2 of them here. So much nicer, so much like they're, even though they're very soft, they're very full and they're not piercing. The trumpets, they are a little bit not fussed about it. They're far less than when we were looking at them before. I'm just gonna like work out what's the best panning combo for these, because usually I'm gonna put one all the way on the left, one all the way on the right. And for whatever reason, probably some phase and maths that I personally, would probably do a terrible job of explaining, but trying the different combinations, like if you're putting something all the way to the left and the right, just switch them and see which one sounds better, because I guarantee you, even to to a person that doesn't know like a lot about what's going on, they can excuse me, they can tell one's better all day. They know. Anybody knows. So now I'm going to keep the 2 trombones on, and I'm going to do the same with the highs. Yeah, these have to come down in velocity. Right down. What were these on? 24. All right. Smell like it. Yeah, the trumpets do have that. It's funny because they're supposed to be they're supposed to be hyper realistic trumpets, yet they have that tone to them. See, when it's pulled right back, it's better. Still not crazy about that. Something high. For no effects, I think I'm happy with that. Just got to get rid of that mid kind of wob. Roll off a little bottom. There's still... Yes, that's what we like. Get rid of that. There's still a little something. Yeah. I think that's the trombones and the trumpet stacking. Yeah. I like that a lot more. Yeah, all right. It's definitely missing that. Don't know if the vocal chops and things for the intro is like fully there. But I don't mind what's in there. Yeah, so much better. It's like, it's kind of silly that you know, the velocity was on 26 out of like whatever 150 or whatever, and that if you want it to sound like an actual real trumpet, that you have to sit in the bottom 10% of the velocity sensitivity to get it to do that. They maybe them cutting off slightly earlier is less drony. Yeah. Sounds better without those without these particular keys in there. Great sound. We were saying before that they were a little blurry and not super distinct in the mids. Alright, the brass is not playing in the drop. Oh, we'll leave it in there for now. We'll copy across the chopped down version. I probably shouldn't just decide that won't work before I hear it. Let's hear that going into the actual beat though. They shouldn't do the scratch that often. Liking it. I think the hi-hat, I bet you if we zoom right in, it sits in front of the bar. No, it doesn't. Everything else must be sitting really far back because that hi-hat to me sounds like it's just too keen. The intro before it was kind of had drums that was swinging, and we're going from a swing beat into a straight beat here, and it was sounding weird. I think we've fixed that now, but it sounds like the beat, like it sounds like it's coming in too fast or something. I think it's really just the hi-hat. You take the hi-hat away and it sounds normal again. Really only super subtle, but nice. See, it has it sits in the pocket when the hi-hat's gone. If anyone is a Ableton user, I'll show you a trick. You go to this other window, which I never use for anything other than literally this one thing. Mixer controls, view, mixer controls, track options. You get all these things down here. You get track delay. So you can have all your sounds locked to the grid and perfectly chopped and things. And then if you want to give it a groove that extends beyond groove pulling the velocities, you know, where it's like like softer and louder and, you know, a little bit of this and that. If you just want to take the whole thing and move it back, but you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that and then have to chop it and hate your life for the entire rest of the session. Leave it there. Go to this thing. Do track delay. Usually don't have to do a lot as it's in milliseconds. So he's still a tiny bit ahead, but wow, so much better already. Loving it. I think I just happened to know that that hi-hat was going to do that, but, you know, soloing out particular drums and then hearing how that affects the groove is the way to do that. And when we took the hi-hats away, obviously it sounded bare without it, but everything else was sitting in the right spot, so we knew it had to be that was causing the groove to sound a bit weird. I think everything else is laid back, sitting a little bit behind the grid, so we just had to make that suit everything else. That's what they say. Like, I used to be a drummer, and they say, like, when you're like sitting over the drum kit, you're kind of like playing ahead of the grid. You're kind of a bit too keen, a bit too eager. But if you like sit back in the chair, it gives you just that like slightest millisecond delay on your playing, and then you sit in the pocket. So, you know, if you're drumming with a hunchback, then you're probably not a veteran studio drummer, so to speak. Not that, you know, that works for every single application, but most of the time you're going to find that's the case. Tags going in. I'm gonna get rid of this scratch in the bubble there. Instead of doing it here or here or here, just gonna save it right for the end there. Yeah. Yeah, maybe taking the sax out for the first one, leaving it there. Maybe when it does come in, it's like a bit louder than it is there. So I just gotta we gotta fix this pause up. Not crazy about the pause here. Maybe there should be something, but just the straight cut. It's like a bit awkward there. Regular drum loop maybe. has to be a fill or something. Or just the hats drop. It's just the hats playing through that last bar. Not crazy about. Wrong one. Where's the other one? Yeah. Maybe just as a placeholder for now. It'd be nice to have like a sampled snare tom. Like the tone of that. Yeah, maybe that. Just yeah, it is 3. Get him in time. Maybe in just the 2. They feel a little ahead there as well. Is it maybe the first 2? Yeah, maybe like another little snare before that little pause. Get the tension up a little bit higher and make it make more sense. Would love if we could use a really interesting yeah, and then I instantly go for a generic as fuck snare. That's the pattern I was thinking, anyway. Even this is getting a little bit like that. There's so many samples in here. It almost doesn't become favorites anymore. Yeah, that's way nicer. This one that's already in here. Maybe we can manipulate that. Whoa. Yeah. Something. I think I like it. Then we'll just mix it down. Only one like as a little accent there under the hats. Have a listen to that.
Tanssi.
Just one more listen through there. It's got a nice tone to it, that simply. Keep that around. I'm interested to see if any of these older synth sounds sound good on the new version of the drop. Probably not on that one. With no low end, I'd love to hear that. Don't know if I love or hate that. Love these. So yes to the pads. No to that. Excuse me. I really like the pad. The other two I'm not so sure about. They're nice, but do they is it necessary? Yay! Welcome, Snake. Welcome. It's nice to have you here. Thanks for pulling up. we've been really in the trenches, grinding out on this track here. But we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel now. And we're kind of like, we're close to having the intro done and a nice, like maybe the chorus, so to speak, done. Which is most of the hard work for the track. So yeah, we're getting there. We're finally almost there. I was working on this one yesterday as well, and just going nowhere. So yeah, we took a bit of a different approach today, and it's been good. See, that shouldn't work, but it might work. Brass is a bit loud. I think I might just put both those synths in the spares with all this other stuff. Let's oh no, we cooked the bells. I forgot about that. The bells are a lost cause, I think. Oh, that's a nice synth sound. Something like that, maybe. Take the other one off. That's the one. Yeah, without the last... I think I like it better without the last two notes because it lets the other accents and the rest of the beat do what they gotta do. maybe even one than the other. That's kind of nice too. Don't mind the don't know if it's the final boss version, but I don't mind how it kind of plays, it kind of unifies that line with the other paddy synthy thing. Like it finishes, it's like a call and response. Finish one, finishes off the other. Yeah, there's something interesting within that. But I think maybe the notes of these is not perfect yet. But I'm not gonna just like sit here doing the probability of every possible combination. But look, you come back to that, whether it's like 30 minutes or an hour or tomorrow, and you just hear it straight away. You're like, oh yeah, like it should be this, you know? 'Cause we're like, it's actually almost midnight here. It's 1:45 midnight here now. So so yeah, like I mean, it's definitely been more than 3 hours. Maybe just over 3 hours. So yeah, like you sit here like tinkering on a song for that long. After we did it yesterday as well. Sometimes you just like you don't even know anymore. You're like, what am I even doing? How's it supposed to sound? At that point, you just stop wasting time on the thing that you're doing. You do something else. And if you run out of things to do, on that kind of metric, on that wavelength, then you're done for the night. You're free. You've exhausted your creative energy for the day. I feel like we're coming up. We're quickly approaching that point. But it's been a good run. The song is so much better than it was yesterday. And I really want it done. I just want to send it to the person so that they can record ASAP. So this has been good. It is sounding a little bit paddy when you take that that original guitar away. Didn't realize it was doing so much work. This. Should probably hit a save for the first time in like 2 hours. All right. I guess the only question now is where to go from here, because I'm feeling like this is probably more a hook than a verse, especially with everything happening. The reference track goes from intro straight into the hook, so I don't mind structuring it like that. I think it would vibe with the person that's going to record on it. Because I don't think he's gonna do what this vocalist does by any means, but I think he heard this song and he's like, I know what I would do if it was me instead of that guy. So yeah, we'll let him do that. Let him do his thing. But yeah, I think this is maybe the hook, which means we need to kind of variate this into a verse, which would be like a simpler version of this, where we probably mainly just take stuff away. But that's why I'm thinking when we were playing this just now without the guitar, the main guitar sample. Yeah, interesting. Taking the brass away, it sounded pretty average with the brass in there. Taking the brass away gave a bit more clarity back to the keys, and it kind of had a little bit of a vibe to it. But I think that's not exactly what the verse configuration is. It's just deleting this guitar. Don't know if that's exactly it, but I think a lot of these keys here, they're kind of all sounding a little bit like they're in different worlds to each other. So I think doing a group EQ and comp and stuff on those would go a long way. And then the little synth designs and things I really like, but I think it could maybe use a tiny bit more than that. Or maybe there's like the chorus has some kind of more interesting lead that's doing more of a melodic line. Even still, I'm inclined to not do that now and do it later after I get a vocal demo back. Because this vocalist, he's a really good producer as well, and so he doesn't mind if I, sometimes I'll like send him the beat like with no snare or no bass or whatever, because I'm not super sure, and I know he'll just like he'll do something, and even if what he does isn't perfect, it will like I'll hear it and I'll be like, oh yeah, like he's going for this, or like it's supposed to be this kind of a bass, or like if I did the bass he did, I would do it, I'd do a really nice one like this. And that's all I need, like that's enough direction, creative direction. And it's nice, like when you hit the wall like this, and you can just send it to somebody else who's gonna do that, like the next annoying step for you, which is like figuring out like what do we actually do? What does this song actually still need? That's why it is nice to go away and come back, because you actually do get refreshed. Whereas if you just sit here all night trying things, you get to a point where you're like just too critical of everything. Yeah, look who's here. That synth thing will just be a fill, I think. It'll be perfect for that. Still all this nonsense at the top. That's my synth that I made, so that's easy. We can get rid of that. Know how to find know how to find that West Coast
Tanssi.
super easy. I really like I know what you'd say, like the filtering and the diction on that. It's nice. It is a little bright for the song, but maybe as a fill or a lead.
Tanssi.
Also good. I think we're about to run out of nice ones though. Definitely no. Definitely no. So now this group is just every spare thing that we didn't use, but we might still use, so we don't delete it. Oh yeah, we got our wobs. Sounds pretty sweet. I think maybe we experiment with a couple of leads, and little accents and things to make the chorus more chorusy. In the process, we might find a simple lead that we can introduce maybe halfway through a verse or in the last chorus or something as an extra little layer, keep the momentum up. And I think those sounds we have in the spares are probably for the most part will be what we need to do that. Everything else I'm pretty happy with, except for the mix. Like it is a bit messy and chaotic. And I think in maybe making some of these keys nicer and cleaning them up, I'll probably be inclined to have it be less busy, because it will sound really good after I make everything sound super clean. So we need it only that or less, and it's the same for pretty much everything except for the synths, which is good. That's where I was hoping we would be tonight, so I can come back fresh, hear everything. Hear all of the sounds fresh and be like, yeah, this is meant to be like this, that's meant to be like that. When you did this, it was good. You know what I mean? Whereas I'm kind of like at the end of the line with for today, knowing what the hell's going on. I can't even fucking speak properly right now. Too fucking focused on this shit right now. But yeah, let me check. I'm interested to see what the start time was. 'Cause usually by this point I'm 5 hours. I don't think it was 5 hours, to be honest. That must be rounding up. It's like 4 something. But that's really good. Like it felt like nothing. Usually I'm doing like a 2 hour, and I'm like, damn, like this feel like this is going nowhere. I think I'm feeling more confident about producing on stream, which is nice. I'm not even confident, just like more natural. It's like this is non-interference with my ideas and the process that is so like streamlined and refined for me. So I think I'm probably gonna call it at that. I think I can go to sleep and be happy with where it's at. And then the artist that's gonna sing on this, I've got another beat, this beat, artwork for the first beat, and an updated version of a different song that we've already kind of done, to send him all at once. So he'll be happy. He'll be happy to get all that shit. And yeah, I'd rather just wait another day and finish this and then just send him everything in one go. Why does it work like that? I'm like, all right, time for me to go, time for me to get off. And now we got 6 people here. Now I feel bad. Now I feel bad to leave. Yeah, if you feel like you can tolerate my my rambling about production, and you like the beat, then you should subscribe so you can catch me when I start the stream. And then you might even get to see one that's done already that you can go and listen to. Anyway, this is where we're at with it. Thank you, Snake. Love you. Yeah, that's the loop. I'm gonna call it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. I feel bad, but yeah. Same thing tomorrow, hopefully. I might even try and start earlier if I don't really care about Jeff, but I wasn't trying to double stack Champ today, and then I fell asleep for like fucking 2 hours afterwards. So yeah, well maybe we'll try that. And yeah, thank you so much to you both for not just the subs, but for pulling up, making it interesting. Yeah, I was saying before, like, it's usually if like 2 hours feels like a fucking a real grind when I'm also streaming and also talking about what I'm doing. But yeah, you guys made it really nice tonight. It was heaps of fun. It did not feel like 5 hours. I was pretty shocked to see that. So yeah, I'm gonna head to bed. I'm gonna eat and then head to bed. But love you both. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming through, and thank you to anybody who might have watched this back as well. Everything looks like it was okay in the end, other than camera B. We'll fix that though. Alright. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good night.